Philosopher Karl Popper said that when you cannot tell the difference between free speech and real danger, you have already begun to lose your freedom. In 1945, after watching democracies collapse in Europe, Popper wrote a book called The Open Societies and Its Enemies. He studied how entire nations, real functioning modern democracies, slowly let intolerance grow inside them, thinking it was just harmless speech. After examining political movements, propaganda, and revolution, Popper found a disturbing pattern in all of this. He realized that every society breaks into complex dynamics when intolerance starts spreading within their society. First is the ordinary tolerant citizen. They believe that everyone should be allowed to speak. They assume arguments will stay arguments and assume that people will stay reasonable. Popper said that this group is the most vulnerable because their good intentions blinds them from real, genuine danger. Secondly is the masses. This group copies whatever seems normal at the time. If, for example, hateful voices get louder, they drift towards them. If tolerance looks weak, they drift away from it. Popper said that this group decides the fate of our societies. They focus on the average person who does not want to think too hard. Thirdly is the intolerant ones. They do not want free speech at all. They are looking for dominance. They use freedom to grow until they are strong enough to take away the freedom from other people. Popper calls these the enemies of the open society because they reject the idea that every single person deserves human rights. Now imagine that you are in an online debate today. Someone says we should all have rights. Someone else responds and says that a specific group actually should not have rights. Then a third person jumps in all of this and says, relax guys, it is just words, it is just opinions. The problem here is this third person. They say things like everyone is too sensitive these days. It is just a joke, it is just free speech. But then the intolerant voices use this and start adding in conditions with what they've said. They say some people do not deserve to speak, some groups should not vote, or some people should just not exist in public. But here's what Popper noticed with this pattern. Rarely does someone yell out to everyone that they are taking over. It is always small steps, little tests to our societies. If you agree with them, they pull you in closer. If you push back, then you are called the intolerant one. These microtests, according to Popper, separate a society into real citizens and into outsiders. And if you do not pass them, then you do not fully belong to them anymore. Popper says this is how intolerance spreads, with silence, with shifting within our society what we consider normal anymore. Popper's career consisted of trying to show how visible this pattern actually is, to show that free speech is never just speech. It is a fight where tolerance lives or vanishes. Once you see this dynamic, you get to choose. Do you defend tolerance? Do you mistake hate for just opinions? Or do you recognize when speech actually becomes a weapon?